Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I'm your host, Sean, in this one, and today we're going to explore the world of coin grading certification. What the heck is that? Well, you figure it's bad enough that you have to send a coin out to a grader, right? If you want some extra validation of your coin, you want to kind of make sure that the grade that is certainly up to the expectations of your trained eyes to match what the professionals say it is, right? Some would say that grading is highly subjective, but yet, there are tens of thousands of people and collectors, investors that utilize these third party grading companies like a PCGS, like NGC, Annex, ICG, for a myriad of reasons that I had discussed, and making sure that your coin is exactly what it is, especially one that you've bought raw at maybe a coin shop or a show, or maybe you bought it secondhand from a private party sale on Craigslist or whatever. Yeah, you gotta make sure that the coin that you have is legit. All right, so you're out and you're spending this just boatload amount of money to get these coins graded. In certain instances, you can pay as much as $70, $80 per coin to grade what you have. But there is also one other element that is beginning to become quite ridiculous out there. And what I mean ridiculous is that there are more probably individual hands and companies that have put their hands in this money grab pot that we call coin grading certification. It sounds quite weird and maybe a little bit too excessive, but you could take coins like this Morgan dollar that you see here, and let's say you don't quite agree with the grade that you have here, or you wanted that extra amount of security on your coin. You could send it off to a company and they'll take a look at the grading and they'll audit it for you, and then they'll put a neat little sticker, and then all you have to do is pay them and throw them some extra money on top of the money that you had invested in grading the coins. But hey, it works, right? Because that PCGS or NGC graded coin that you had sent out, it came back in this particular case a 64. Gosh darn, yeah, that looks pretty good, but I want to be able to know that it is the correct kind of grade for that coin. So that's why the third-party certification services exist. In this particular case, you see that little green sticker there on the slab label. Okay, they call that a CAC, all right, which is the Coin Acceptance Certification Company. You send your graded coins to CAC. They'll go ahead and audit the grade and make sure that they think from their perspective. Again, coin grading is subjective, right? It can be a little bit of variances from one person to the other. They just want to make sure that these third-party graders are, withholding themselves to the actual standardization of the coin grading system. Oh boy. So, wow. It could possibly get expensive if you wanted to really deep dive into the most interesting parts of the hobby, where you're able to touch and feel some of the most rarest coins the U.S. has ever produced. And you could say the same for any other country. Mexico has a lot of fantastic coins that are worth lots of money. China, we've heard that their coins are extremely valuable in certain dates and certain different types, along with just the amount of counterfeiting that's going on out there. Now, coins that are counterfeited obviously should be a little bit, I'm not going to say happy with themselves, but there's going to be a little bit of I don't know, envy there, because coins that are counterfeit obviously have a lot of value on the secondary market. So, coins that are targeted for such things, just seems to be, I don't, it's just, it is what it is in today's world. Anyone that's looking to make a quick buck, whether they're on the shady side of things or whether they're on the other side of things where they want to certify your already certified coin, You know, there's a lot of cash grab opportunities out there, but we might as well take some time to explore 4 of the biggest certification services and why you should or should not participate in that. And I figured the best way that we could kind of preface and begin this video, this kind of like this whole spiel, is to take a look at a coin that has certainly made headlines here in the last few weeks. This is a 2019 West Point San Antonio Missions quarter. As you guys know, it's a West Point. It's a circulation rarity. The US Mint made huge headlines when they had decided we're going to go ahead and kind of do something to help bring in new collectors into numismatics. And eventually they'll come to the US Mint and buy more of their overpriced products. But they had produced this series of quarters at $2 million per design for 2019 and 2020. In total, there's only 20 million pieces made. It seems like a lot, but really in hindsight, it is an absolute small amount of coins. Furthermore, it's a circulating coin. It's not one that they decided, well, we're just going to go ahead and sell this on the US Mint website. Every single coin's going to be white gloved, and we're going to take extra special care to ensure that the quality is at its highest. No, not in this particular case, which makes the survival rate of these coins something of a talking point. And the big news is that this coin in a mint state 69 through NGC sold for $75,000. Do you know how many McDonald's cheeseburgers that is? It's a lot. That is a lot of money. $75,000. But we also couldn't help but notice that this one also has these funny stickers right on the slab. Solo Finest. This is the Solo Finest singular coin of the entire 2-year run series. There hasn't been another mint state 69 example in any one of the other coins. So when it says Solo Finest, there is also something else that a lot of people really don't pay attention to. Maybe these were stickers that were added by the seller as kind of like a advertisement campaign, like, hey, look at me, right? Because if you do the correct kind of advertising and you show a lot more kind of like arrows and fingers pointed at your coin, it really begins to take notice in the world of not only coin collecting, but the investments side of things as well. So 75K just really seems like just an unbelievable fairy tale kind of money for this coin. But in all reality, it is quite a legitimate amount of money for this coin because it is a Solo Finest. Other lesser graded coins in mint state 68 and 68 plus have sold for many thousands of dollars. This is the undisputed high grade example of any one of the West Point circulating rarity coins. But again, I just can't help but notice Solo Finest. But if you read the fine print underneath where it says Solo and Finest, guess what it says? MAC GE. MAC GE trademark. This is actually a company that certifies modern graded coins, much in the same fashion that CAC grades or certifies that graded slab. All right. So this not only was graded as a mint state 69, in addition, a outside third-party company not affiliated with either NGC or PCGS had certified this coin as being a true blue, legitimate mint state 69 grade. Because if it wasn't that, they wouldn't put their sticker on there. They would send the coin right back to you, and then you'd be all done. And then at that point, you could decide if you wanted to sell the coin without that extra certification, without that extra security blanket, or if you go ahead and send it back to that company. But this thing is kind of like a bullseye. Mint state 69. It's the finest graded coin. More than likely, if this went back to MAC grading for an additional consideration, they're going to know exactly what it is. They're going to send it right back. So anyways, this coin looks like it hit all of the hot points. The coin is incredibly clean. It's got no nicks or scratches or nothing. So Yeah, $75,000 for this coin. We might as well talk about the science behind these certification companies that audit the coin grading that is existing on there. So let's go ahead and start out with Mac grading. All right, so this is their website, MACA Blegey or whatever, macablige.com. This is a website. It's pretty much, kind of basic. It appears like that not a whole lot of money was invested in this website, but they have a very basic service. Go ahead and send your coins to me, and let's go ahead and see what you have. Now, Mac grading, along with a couple of the other ones we're going to talk about in this video, they deal specifically with modern coins. All right, and as you can see here are some of the prices that Mac charges: 2-week service per slab. If you're a dealer, $10. For the people that aren't dealers, $12. And then depending on how quickly you need these coins back, you could choose whichever services. Coins over $2,000 are 1% of Mac value. So it's real simple and kind of archaic. You print out this form, you go ahead and fill it out, be as complete as you can all across the board. Just go ahead and fill it out left to right on each itemized line, and then go ahead and put in your payment information, and then go ahead and send it out. Obviously, if it's a high dollar coin, you want to be using, like registered mail or something to where you're covered insurance wise. And the same goes for if you were sending your coins off to NGC or PCGS. You don't want to just send these coins out without any sort of insurance coverage at all. Same thing goes. They have a price guide. MacPriceGuides.com is their other website. But it's real simple. Go ahead and get a Mac sticker on your coins. I'm trying to identify, post 1940. So any coin produced after 1940 that's graded. I actually don't think I have any coins. Well, look at that, 39D. So I couldn't send that Mercury dime to Mac grading, but that one is CAC graded, so it really doesn't really matter at this point. But they kind of go through and they talk about their services, what they've done in the community. I mean, it's a really, really basic service, and it seems like that this is something that just popped up overnight. But Mac grading's been around for a little while, a few years, and they have kind of cemented themselves as being one of the trusted, I guess, certification services that you can take your coins to. Now, this is just one. All right, we have a few of them to talk about. So we got Mac Coins, coin grading here, or coin certification rather. The next one that we have is PQ. PQ approved, and they put one of these handy dandy gold, round stickers on there. Why own a PQ approved rare coin? Great eye appeal. Only PCGS and NGC certified coins. Excellent strike, great mint luster, no major copper or carbon spots, above average for the grade, no major mint defects, and no ugly toning. All right, so that's kind of like their in a box kind of requirements to have a PQ graded or certified coin. PQ approved standards. They have a whole different section on that. It's pretty much this in a nutshell. About PQ approved, 50 years of experience building several of the finest collections in the world. We know a premium quality PQ coin when we see it. Our goal is to protect you from acquiring flawed coins and ensure the value and eye appeal of your collection investments. And that's got a little how to submit section right here. We're going to take a look at the three major modern certification services. I'm going to tell you which one I think is the one to use if you are interested. Again, it's more money that you're throwing onto a coin. You got to make sure it's worth it at the end of the day, because it can double, it can even triple the amount of money you're able to get for your coin if you are a flipper. If you like to, buy raw coins, grade them, have it come back, you want to make extra money because you don't want to stop at just a really nice grade, send it off to one of these companies and then you could sell it on the secondary market. All right, so PQ is another modern coin grading service or coin certification service. I believe, let's see. I don't know, yeah, because here's a 1927 Singon's Double Eagle. So obviously they do coins that are just a little bit older than Mac grading. Let's go into the Y part here. So they only certify PCGS or NGC. No major mint defects. So I'm trying to get to the point where it shows the dates. They could probably go all the way back into the earlier dates. I don't know. I didn't quite do the research on PQ. Don Ketterling, I've heard his name before. So they've been around. They've been around since '86, I believe, right when PCGS broke into the market. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we are unable to take a new request in for the time being. So it looks like they're not accepting anything right now. I'm sure that'll be determined later on when things free up a little bit. All right, but we have PQ approved. I'm sure the pricing tiers are similar to Mac. Okay, the next one, and the most well-known, and probably the one that I would recommend for, in terms of all three, Mac, PQ, we have QA coins. Because not all moderns are created equal. So QA is another modern coin grading certification service. QA provides independent quality verification of modern coins graded by PCGS and NGC. The QA check sticker is the symbol of quality in modern coins. John Young in Texas. Thank you for your testimony, sir. They are now accepting dealer and collector applications. Coins we accept. There, that's what I wanted to know. All Lincoln cents, 1909 to date. Okay, so that's relatively recent. All of the recent nickels from 38 to date. Dimes, Roosevelts, 46 to date. Quarters, anything mint states, 1965 to date, including all state and territories. All the America the Beautifuls, clad and silver, proof and mint state. Proof Washington quarters from 1950 to the current date. All half dollars, 64 to date, Kennedy's. Eisenhower dollars, Susan B's. Sack dollars, presidential dollar coins. Those are always fun and exciting. They do all modern commemoratives and anything bullion based. Silver Eagles, Gold Eagles, that sort of thing. Currently, we do not accept classic U.S. coins. Those coins will be returned to you at your cost. All right, so make sure you're not using them. We do not accept foreign coins. Foreign coins will be returned to you at your cost along with any acceptable coin submissions. Wings accepts foreign coins. Please use this link to go to the Wings website. So Wings is an endorsed other certification company for some of those foreign coins that QA, this company right here, approves of. So QA seems to be like the biggest. I've seen more of their certified graded coins out on the marketplace above any other certification service. I would use them more than the other ones because they have more of a footprint in the market. If and only if this is your thing. This is not for everyone. It's like extra money, and sometimes it can be unnecessary. And sometimes in the context of reselling your coins, a QA sticker may not necessarily add extra value. The coin has to be extraordinary. You can't just put a QA sticker on, say, like a Mint State 65 modern date nickel, even though it comes back full steps, because most of them are full steps anyways. It's just, this is a very specific service to use on like your top pop graded coins or varieties. That's the case in which I would use a service like this. All right, so we got QA coins, undisputed, I would say king of moderns. This is what I would use. Now, the biggest one, of course, we've seen a few examples already, CAC. Now, there's an easy way to identify your coins, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they have a really nice website, CAC grade, or certification rather, is the biggest one in the numismatic space of certification services. And you could use it on all coins. Old, oldish, newish, I think pre 1950, I believe. is where they're trying to stay. So they don't want to capture the modern market. They want to be under that. So they want to be older, obsolete type coins. CAC has been around for quite some time. I own a number of CAC stickered coins myself, and CAC coins increases the value of every coin. You know, on the minor end, generally 10 to 20% increase in the value of the coin above and beyond the PCGS price guide of that coin. Here are kind of like at a glance some of the coins that they do work with. As you can see, they deal with a lot of the older stuff here. Lincoln all the way up to 1958 Lincoln cents. So they don't do any of the memorials. That's to them considered modern. They do all of these older obsolete stuff. Jefferson nickels, they go all the way up to 1949, but that's only the D over S variety. Let's see here. As far as quarters go, they go all the way up to 64 in the Mid-State Business Strike, 42 for Proust. Half dollars, they do Franklin half dollars all the way up to 1963, the final date of the series. Believe it or not, they do Eisenhower dollars in Mid-State. And probably you want to send them like the finest graded examples of that. But that's what CAC does. And CAC in the market is huge. I remember back about 10, 12 years ago, I wasn't nearly as high on CAC certified coins, but with the varying degree of different grading that we have seen coming from NGC and PCGS, there were a lot of people that have supported companies like CAC, even though it's like an extra expense. But if you have like a $5,000 old classic coin, and this is a coin that you sent to PCGS as an example, it came back like an AU55. And then you thought, well, that's kind of undergraded. And you sent the coin back to PCGS, cracked it out of the slab, sent it back, and it came back, like a Mid-State 61. And it's made a huge difference in price by about $1,000. There is a lot of kind of like some of the inconsistencies in normal coin grading going on out there, where people are cracking out, resubmitting, and people are doing this for like high dollar coins where, the price difference between the grade that they originally received is, say, $5,000. But if it goes up 2 grade points, it goes up to 10. All right. So that's a big reason why that people are constantly resubmitting. So once that coin comes back and it finally hits what they feel like is the sweet spot of their grade, that's going to maximize the amount of profit, they're going to go ahead and take the coin and send it to CAC. Now, when the coin comes back from CAC, a coin that is valued at about $10,000 might be valued with a green CAC sticker of about $12,500, or a gold sticker might jump it up to $20,000. So we have a lot of like 1.5, 2x probability on a CAC sticker coin. At the low end, again, for some of the more common dates, we're seeing about 10-20% increase in value. And you guys could check it out. Go on like Heritage Auctions, go on eBay, look at some of these completed sales of CAC stickered coins, and then audit that with some of the other coins that are the same date, same grade. You're going to find that the CACs are selling for more money than the non-CAC stickered coins. Now, I believe CAC is the more expensive service for good reason. They do a lot of the older coins. Let's see. I don't know if I'm able to submit you gotta have like a submission pricing. Let's go ahead and take a look. Actually, we passed it right here. So tier 1, they do it by tiers, kind of like how you submit to PCGS. So the coin value plays a huge X factor in how much you're going to pay for that submission. Tier 1 A coin up to $10,000 is $16 per coin. It seems quite reasonable considering that the grading could be $50 to $100. Insured value up to $10K. $35 for a coin over $10K. But under $25,000. And then finally, $75 is going to be for coins with an insurable value of over $25,000. So that's how kind of like that whole schematic works right there. Again, I highly recommend this if you have coins of extraordinary value. Normally, I wouldn't endorse like coin grading and then outside extra certification services, because there's like way too many hands in the cookie jar at this point. But if it's going to ensure that you're going to make more money off the coin, I'd say why not? Because if you have a coin that's worth $25,000, it's going to be worth the $75 to send it off to CAC, have the coin come back, and then you're golden. You have a coin that's worth like $35,000 to $50,000 at that point. And at that price level, it's going to be a rarity. It's going to be a key date. It's going to be a top pop coin. And that's where you want to be, because the coin market, again, is incredibly hot right now leading into the fall months. I can't stress this enough. If you're going to take advantage of this market, you might as well do it the right way. You grade the coin, you certify it, make sure it's legit, and then you send it off to CAC. And that would be kind of in the ideal world of how I would play this. Now, again, I'm about a 5% promoter of CAC and any sort of independent certification service. When it's appropriate for high dollar, expensive rarities, that's where they make sense. But if you have coins that are worth like $20 and you're like, well, I'm going to go ahead and send this in to QA or PQ or MAC and think that you're going to have a coin that's automatically going to be worth $100, no, it doesn't work out that way. A mid-state 65 common date Jefferson nickel from 2008 is still going to be a $10 coin, with or without the MAC sticker, the QA sticker, the whatever sticker's on there. So that's why I wanted to talk about. I recommend CAC if and only if you have a high dollar rarity. And the same goes for moderates. If you have a high dollar, anything over like $1,000 in value for a singular coin of a modern generation type, send it off to this one right here. That's QA. And that's the only instance where I will recommend either of these companies, because outside of that, you shouldn't even have to send your coins to these companies anyways. You enjoy it. Make sure it's not in the holder of a type. Put together albums. Do the purist kind of like collecting part aspect of numismatics. And that's where a lot of the fulfilling kind of like euphoria that you're going to get out of the hobby. But if you're a true blue investor, you have deep pockets, you got more money that you know what to do with, then you should probably take a look and consider CAC, QA, and all these other companies for that, because you could end up with a coin like this made 2 years ago that's worth a boatload of money, and you just don't know it yet. You're sitting on a gold mine, and it's just going to be sitting there if you don't know what to do with the thing. So that's why I wanted to talk about. Sorry to keep the video so long, but we had a number of services to go through. And, it's up to you to, choose wisely. If you're coming across that fork in the road, you need to use a company like this to ensure better value of your coins. I gave you a few tips there. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. I want to thank you guys again for joining in. Thank you for all the views and support over the last 12 years. It was surely appreciative. And Coinaholics, we are discovering together, but also Coinaholics, real Coinaholics, will hit the like button. They'll subscribe to my channel. If you don't like the video, you can also dislike it as well, whatever floats your boat. But any engagement is good engagement. So that's going to go ahead and do it. Thank you again for joining in on this video, and I will see you next time on the next coin video. So long.